Yeah, looking fine. All right, so what do we got here? That's funny, looking fine. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, we have $995 in the kitty. Again, started with 550, but that doesn't even matter. That was about a little over 2 weeks ago. So let's say 2.5 weeks now. 995. But then I also collected over the last week some Octopi rewards. So let's collect those. Baba ching, baba joo. You receive platinum rewards. So whatever a platinum reward is, not sure, but now I have $1,065. Did I just get a message? Well, I don't want to show everyone my messages. All right, so let's go. Let's fire up a table, see if we can find it. Guaranteed that it's going to be all a bunch of regs because it's early and all that jazz. Let's go. Let's see. Let's join this table right here. I can already recognize some people. We got the glass ankle. We've got Bell 2020, of course. We got Dick Locky. We got everyone. And I get a cool. Okay, let me just see here. I want to get settled. I don't even get a chance to get settled. Just give me a second. Here we go. All right. So I am now settled. I'm going to call with Queen 9. That is definitely a good board for me. That would be like a nice check raise board. Not a donk. I could call or I could check raise. Probably better to check raise here. 4.1. That is a pretty big. So let's just take it down one more. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will let's check raise again. Let's check raise again here. See what he does. 9, 10. So I'm going to bet there. Of course he's going to fold. I mean, there's a lot of pressure there. It's a super low board. He could have ace king and he's going to fold there. He could have aces and there's a good chance he's going to fold there. I mean, that's just a good board for me. So, like the board, play the board. That is called playing the board. That's like, hey, let's talk annoyances here. Annoyances, okay? Even though I'm being very annoying myself. All right, what are some common poker annoyances? All right, so I've probably been guilty of this. Who do we have here? This guy won a tourney as well. $9,600. Yeah, you're definitely getting a reg tag already. That means you're pretty good. This guy, this guy won 11. This guy won 9. So we've got some decent players here. Some decent players. Am I ever doing ace 5 in the hijack? Like, come on, let me just think about it. Um, hmm, maybe, maybe not. All right, cards are coming fast and furious here. And we've already had a couple of hands. What did we play? Just the one hand, right? And we got a nice king, queen. Kind of like that hand. Kind of liking that hand, even though it's suited, but it's slightly vulnerable. This guy only has, so what we're gonna do here is there's only one thing to do really is just raise, right? And see if he likes to play because of the fact that now if he repops me, uh, 10 deuce deuce. Okay, so we're gonna go, let's see, we're gonna go 13. Yeah, that's definitely. That's just my board. That's all. Kind of tough for him to hang around with that type of board. So, let's see here. He was on the button. Yeah, that'd be a call from King Queen suited, right? Ye- Would be. Okay, so I just got a list here. It's funny. Funny and absurd live poker annoyances. Number one, this is kind of funny, right? Number one is the guy who says one time every single hand. And if you've ever played live poker, you do get that every every once in a while. You just get somebody that says that, right? I mean, just he's the one time guy. One time. I mean, I think he saw it on television at some point in time, right? World Series of Poker. Um, and so he's just in there. He's like, one time. Come on, I just need one time. Give it to me one time. The words one time have absolutely been beaten to death like a rented mule. Been beaten like a rented mule. Absolutely. So the one time guy, I love that. How about this? And this is, I think I might be guilty of this. Uh-oh. I'm number two. They, hit the river, right? Okay. Show one card. I don't usually do that. I don't shoot, I don't do that. But bluff, if I bluff off, sometimes I show one card, right? You know, if I bluffed with an ace, let's say ace of clubs on a three flush board with clubs, yeah, sometimes I show, but that's not usually a good bluff unless you're in a very, very good environment. But that's actually technically that's a bad bluff. That's a lot of times that's a negative EV bluff. And then fold, you show one card. You just show one card all the time. I mean, I have definitely been guilty of that. I'm in the big blind here with King nine. King nine, I'm gonna fold. Fold to Dick Lackey. Good old Dicky boy. We're in a good mood today. Whoever we are, I think we is just me. Hopefully you're in a good mood today. Hopefully you're having fun. Hopefully you are just living life and enjoying it. Had a good weekend today. What did we do? We. Why am I always we? I'm not we. I'm me. Um, call yourself out. That is, there we go. So if I'm going to go, if I am going to go, like truly no bullshit, I mean, just call yourself out on a regular basis. Call yourself out. I mean, it'll make you feel better. It really will. I'm not even exaggerating for a second here. If you call yourself out on a regular basis, I mean, it's so refreshing just to get rid of your ego, right? I mean, it really is. Like to tone down your ego, put it that way. Nobody is ever going to get rid of their ego, but just to tone down your ego as much as you possibly can. Um, that's a good thing. It just makes you feel so much better. And why do you want to feel bad? I don't know. I think maybe some people are addicted to feeling bad, but you know what? Just don't. It doesn't make you feel good when you're always trying to, when you're always trying to manipulate situations and you're always trying to figure out angles and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you don't need to do that in poker, really. I mean, you can figure stuff out, but you don't have to be an egotistical jerk about it, right? So I'm going definitely gone off on a tangent here, but yeah, that flashing one card. Once you do it once or twice. Everyone, it could drive people insane. And maybe that helps in poker. I don't know. That reminds me of that one guy, that Martin guy, Martin Cabral. I mean, see this guy, and he's just like, it must be awful. I kind of feel bad for the guy because it must be awful. What the hell, man? Oh, I'm in the big blind. Um, it must be awful to, I mean, a guy like that must be kind of tortured. I don't know, just in a certain way in terms of his brain. See if he pops me. He's gonna pop me, and that's a fold. Um, and the reason is because I mean, anyone who has to do that kind of stuff, and it's part of it's just it's really it's there's attention seeking. There is, I mean, there's so many ways that people win at poker, right? So many good poker players. There are good poker players that don't hardly say a word. What's that one guy's name? The Finn guy. The guy used to be a model and all that kind of stuff. I just had his name. Just watched a video with him too. But I mean, he hardly says a word when he plays poker, and he wins. Like he's a good, considered one of the best poker players in the last 25 years, right? Really good. He's won millions of dollars. Has been in heads-up challenges and things like that. So he's obviously good. Doesn't doesn't need all that stuff, right? So he's fortunate. People like that are fortunate because they don't have to agitate people. And I mean, that in your brain, you must have something really unique going on in terms of being tortured and the thoughts that come out and then the thoughts that come into your brain and then come out of your mouth. It's just like continuously embarrassing yourself. And so you're always kind of like on edge. And just to have that kind of brain is I actually do feel for the guy a little bit. You know, even though he's a good poker player and he's done well and so on and so forth, I kind of look at it another way. A lot of people sort of hate him, which is fine to, I mean, if you want to hate somebody, I, I don't necessarily agree with that, but hey, free, free country, free world, free, you can do whatever the hell you want. But I mean, when it comes to the flip side of the coin, just kind of feel bad for people like that, that actually have to act out. There's a reason why they're doing it, right? So, um, mm, check the jack, check top pair. All right, that's a value bet. Is that going to call from an ace from the big blind? Uh, Maybe he checked hoping he would bet. Who the hell knows? But yeah, um, so that's another annoyance. Obviously you get to extreme annoyances, and I've talked about that. Yeah, this guy's calling. Do I raise there? No, I don't raise. Let's see here. Okay, do I check raise? I could check raise on this board, but this is a good board for him. So Dick, good chance that he's gonna bet. Maybe I just check call. 50% pot. This guy called. I could raise to isolate, but I think I'm gonna just call here with top pair. And I mean, he's betting into two of us. We got to remember that. So, I mean, there's some strength there. I might have to let this go, but at this point in time, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What this guy's calling? I got a one liner to a jack. Well, I can't let this go, right? Can I let this go? I mean, it's just there's implied odds. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. So let's just see. That makes my ace. I mean, what's his kicker? Is he ace jack? Ace Jack, I may have to let this go. Aces and queens with a king kicker. So that means the jack or the ace will not play. So, I mean, does he have a set of kings? This guy bet. What the hell does he have? Does he have a queen? I mean, aces, he's betting. Does he have a queen? Jack, king, jack 10, jack 10. I blocked the 10. I mean, it's only what is that, a half point bet? That looks like a value bet though, doesn't it? I mean, he probably thinks he has the best hand. Uh, call or let's see. Fold or call. Fold 50, call 50. That's a fold. I folded. I want to see what this guy had. Darn it. I'm not going to see what the guy had. Oh well. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Anybody, if anybody's on the stream, they have any thoughts about that? Wow. Okay. I let go top two with kickers, so that means yeah, it counterfeited and all the kickers, like any kicker, unless I mean, obviously ace king. He's not gonna call with ace king though. Good chance he raises with ace king. He called, so probably not gonna call with ace king. I mean, the straight's a likely. The straight would be a likely possibility. But I mean, okay. I think that was a good fold. I think that was a good fold. Yes. Hmm. I mean, what do I beat? My hand wasn't really a bluff catcher. I don't know. Was it a value beater at all? I mean, he could easily just have a queen. I lose to queen. I lose to any straights. I mean, he's playing it probably relatively straight because we're three-handed, and he just bet half pot, which is a nice chunky bet there. I think it was a good fold. I think it was a good fold. Yes. All right. Hey, sometimes you got to take your lumps. I mean, my 10 kicker didn't even play there, so I could call to chop. That's the thing. Calling to chop. Uh, so I'm calling. How often do I chop there? Yeah, maybe I should have just called the chop. Call the chop. You're kind of getting in the situation of laying odds, right? So, okay. Well, maybe not the worst fold then. Wouldn't he bet bigger though? Maybe he just wants to get a call. Maybe he just bets like that. I don't know. That's got to be a value bet. That's got to be a queen. Just thinking about it logically, I mean, it's gotta be. Gotta be. It's gotta be a good fold. Hmm. I mean, half pot, I need 25% equity to call. So I need to be good one out of every four times there. Am I good out of every four times there? That's so value heavy. So value heavy. He called. He just called. He never raised. He probably hit the nuts on the river. Mm-hmm. We're really happy with that queen. I mean, he's not going to do that with jacks. He's not going to do. So at the very least, I'd chop and then I'd lose to some hands. And so, but if it's 75-25, then I still should be making the call, right? But then that's a chop. That's not even a win. So, okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Stuff happens. Stuff happens, right? Okay. So getting back to, I don't think I misplayed that hand. I do not really think I misplayed that hand. Okay, so flashing people, accidental. Yeah, and some people do this jokingly. So it really, there's a huge amount of context when it comes to the live poker. Um, Huge amount of context. So some people do this just for fun, but some people do this to really try and angle and that kind of stuff, right? Um, let's see what this guy does. 18, I can't really call with that. Um, so yeah, people who do things like accidentally, oops, oops, my kings, oops, my, oh, I didn't mean to show that. I didn't mean to show everyone my queens, some people do it just to be a jerk, right? And then they start getting really annoying. So that could be an annoyance at the table. And again, like personally, I look at all this as fun. But these are just funny, right? So you see that you actually do see this a lot on live tables. You happen to see people who tap the table a lot, right? They're just tap, 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 tapping, and they don't mean it's just like the dealer's like check, goes to the next person. Say, I didn't check, I didn't check. Well, yeah, you're tapping your freaking finger like you're doing Morse code here, pal. So I've seen that a bunch of times. I mean, keep your hands calm. You got to keep your hands pretty calm here. Um, the worst one is, and people that don't figure this out this is I mean it's borderline cheating, but some people do it and they don't understand. They take their big chips and they put them behind the stack of, I mean, single you put take a little stack of 100, you got $500 or even more than that. You put the $500 chip on the bottom, so you put the purple on the bottom, you put the what do we got here? You put the purple on the bottom, you got a stack of, I mean, and then you put the whites in the front, or the fives and tens in the front, and you have $2,000 there when it looks like you have 300. I mean, and then well, can you show your chips? And then they almost act like it's like what, like they're offended or something like that. I mean, pal, come on, come on, like. And that is absolutely a, again, that's just a personality flaw that people have, and it's unfortunate, right, that you have to have that in the game. And they have to call people out on it. Some people are genuinely honest. I mean, they're just like, I didn't know I couldn't or shouldn't do that, whatever. Maybe they're beginner poker players, but when somebody who's been around for a long time and understands the game does that, they're only doing it to cheat. I mean, they're only doing it to sort of angle and, trying to figure out some sort of an edge that they have. You think the guy's got $300, and somebody just kind of trying to look around the corner around the dealer sort of thing, and doesn't really see the chips and goes all in. The guy calls, he actually has 2,000. I mean, that would be infuriating. That would be, I mean, we've seen some dust ups at the table before, and those can get kind of interesting. What do we got here? I don't think I ever, ever, ever raised this, so no. Top pair. We're just gonna check that down. I could definitely call, definitely raise. It's a big, yeah, I'm gonna raise this time. Maybe 6, 9, 12, 13, and then let's go 15. Uh, take it down, take it down. That's a decent bet. I think, let's see here. Not even sure whether I call here ever. I think this is just a pure raise against the glass ankle. Uh, and obviously, I would take that all the way down to all in if I had to. Um, I think a lot of people, this isn't an annoyance at all, but I think there's a lot of people who play poker and I've just even seen some streamers that some streamers they do talk about their strategy and what they do, and some don't. It's almost like they have some, they've got the secret sauce and so on. Like, I mean, I'm happy to talk about some of the strategy that I've learned. I'm happy to just talk that kind of stuff. Definitely. Anybody who is, and there are a lot of streamers out there and people that are more transparent. You're likely not giving away any secret sauce. Why? Because there's GTO and then there's adjustments. And then you adjust to the adjustments. When you adjust, they adjust, you adjust again. So it's that type of a game. Um, so therefore, I mean, like you got people like, I mean, before you look at somebody like a Negreanu who's evolved his game continuously. That's why, I mean, he's likely the best poker player in the like over the last 25 years, easily, right? Just because of the fact that he continually adjusts his game. What have we got here? Ace, queen. I could raise that as well. Ace eight, probably a call, maybe borderline call. Probably ends up being a raise here again. Hmm. Yeah, let's see what happens here. You might get sick of me raising and just go, F you, pal. So one real raise, one bluff raise. It wasn't really a bluff because I did have some equity there. So there's some redraw and some equity, could hit an ace. I mean, and win. There's a lot of different ways that I could win that hand. I could pick up equity, even if I'm behind. So, not the worst raise. Not the worst raise. I did it two in a row. I don't know. Maybe I'll just start doing it more and more and more, and then get Val 2020 really annoyed. I don't want to just get Val 2020 really annoyed. Um, you just want to make some good plays. That's all you want to do. You don't really want to offend anyone. If you offend anyone, it's accidental. So what's the other one? The people who announce the wrong bet size? Yeah, I'd say yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of an annoyance. This guy again does it again. Uh, Ace Jack. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it this time. His range is a bit strong there. It's a bit strong. Um, oh my God, I got this humidifier here. The best thing I ever did. Humidity was down to 25%, and I got the humidifier, and now it's back up to 45% and no more nosebleeds. That was the absolute solution. It's perfect. So anyway, um, so yeah, people who make say, "Oh, I bet 20." No, I bet 50. So but they do it over and over again, right? You do something once, and people are usually generally forgiving. It's like okay, but then on the flip side, somebody who jumps all over everyone. We got a couple of guys at our bi-weekly poker game who basically, I mean, they smoke so much weed and they're the most aggressive people. I mean, weed is supposed to calm you down. But I mean, these guys are just ready to snap. They're the ones who will snap back at you the quickest. They're the most on edge. They are the least chill. So it's amazing. Like you think that the guys who smoke the most weed are going to be like, Cheech and Chong, you know what I mean? They're going to be just like, hey, dude, all right, it's all good. It's all good, man. But again, there's that thread of anger under there somewhere where you're like, oh my God, like I've seen one just yell at another guy, tear him to pieces. Like, what the fuck? Like, just, and so you're just like, okay. Do I ever call this? I don't think I ever call this. I think this is a pure raise. Pure raise. In any world, do I actually call this? No, it's a raise. Gia bella mia. So yeah, what else do we got here? Oh, yeah. I actually I've heard this a few times in Arizona. I mean, it just does seem like there's a lot of people who talk about, remember online poker back in 2006. There are people who call that, who just, oh man, that is so funny. That is so funny. Full tilt. Me just raking it in back in 2006. Okay, yeah, we haven't heard that one 59 times already in the past 6 weeks. I mean, wow. So yeah, that is funny. That is just a funny one. Okay, yeah. So I sometimes I think I might actually, so in the spirit of calling myself out, sometimes I actually think I might be like this, but I try not to be annoying when I'm like this. But when we say the poker police, so the poker police basically meaning, you know, correcting everybody's do this, do that. The you know, the correcting, chip size, whose turn is it, the conversation, like what they're doing, people who are riffling with their chips, all that kind of stuff, right? There always seems to be that, and I try not to do that. you know, Everyone's life choices. That's funny, right? I don't know. Maybe I play like a potato, right? Maybe I do play. Maybe make up for it if I actually played good. I play good sometimes. So, I don't think I'm that bad if I'm very, very honest. I keep getting invited back to the game. Um, so try not to be honest. Try and be, I mean, yeah, when you get into home games with friends, people you might do other recreational activities with, people you might, have beers with, you might go camping with, you might, I mean, even travel with, whatever. I mean, just friends. I mean, to be a dick and to try and take everyone's money, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you kind of lose the plot, right? You kind of lose sight of what is actually important. Am I going to raise this guy? Let's see. Yeah, yeah. Raise the button? No, I'm not going to raise the button there. Gio Bellamia. Let's see here. Let's just try Gio Bellamia there. It's only money. Love, it's only money. I mean, this guy right there, just the personality of that profile, you sort of go, yeah, you know what? Uh, this is probably a small bet. He could catch anything there. Six, is that good? Would it have folded out a six? I could easily check this down, bet check. It's a great card for me. Do they donk out? So this would be I think it's going to be a B75 with top pair, or is it a block bet with my kicker? Let's go B75 right now. Thinking about it, maybe they have a 10. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And it's not a bluff, that's for darn sure. Hmm. Against that bet? No way. Good bet. Good bet, Bia. Gia. Gia Bella. Good bet, or you guaranteed you had the nuts, right? You had the nuts. That's a like, I have the nuts. Either that or you're a tournament winner. Wait a second. What tournament did you win? It doesn't say here. Hmm. Hmm. That's interesting. Okay, so King Jack. I'm in the low part of my range here. Let's see. Let's see here. What's Glass Ankle gonna do? I think I'm playing pretty good today so far. Making, I mean, that was an easy fold. So what I'm gonna say, playing pretty good. I'm not playing like a total retard. How's that? Let's see here. What do I do? What do I do? I don't think this is a raise. That's a button. Hijack. Let's see. Hijack button. No, 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 no. Don't think I'm gonna go there. Too far down. It'd be fun. It's pretty. Ooh, I have Queen Jack, and it's suited. But I mean that would be kind of dumb. What else here? So yeah, I mean, yeah, there are people who, this is, a lot of times the drunk people celebrates a $20 pot like you won the WSOP, right? Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, there's the context, right? And then you get people who just slow roll. I'm slow rolling. 9-7. 9-7. Where the hell am I? I'm in the cutoff. I don't know. 9-7. 9-7 is not. A lot of people would say 9-7. Seven's not the easiest hand to play. It's normally better to have higher cards, but I mean, you're talking to people who have very well defined ranges here. You're playing people who have very well defined ranges. So we got the Gia Bella Mia from Italia. All right. Oh, wait, 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 wait. I see, I see, I see. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, what did they win? They could have won $120 um prize, or they could have won like this guy right here won $11,000, right? But you gotta have some skill to win 11K. So I mean, they haven't done anything magical yet, but they seem to be playing pretty solid poker so far. And then you get people that, I mean, think about it forever. And then you do get wars that develop on tables, like just certain personalities clash, and some people they're just dicks, right? They just I mean, so they end up slow rolling, or they just trying to get under someone's skin. Um, what else? Have here, anybody listening has any and I do appreciate you, by the way. What do we got? I'm pretty sure that's high up enough. Against under the gun. Yeah, let's just do it. What the heck? But I'm pretty sure against under the gun that is a raise. Well, let's see here. Versus under the gun, they're going all in. I mean, no, can't call that. Can't call nines. You went all in again, huh? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Right. Correlation, causation, all that kind of stuff, doesn't necessarily mean anything. Could have just had some good hands, right? Um, Unsolicited life coach. Yeah, people giving coaching at the poker table. Um, if it's just the basics and you know someone doesn't know anything and you want to kind of just okay, maybe you want to do this, you maybe want to do that, but when you're giving someone unsolicited advice, like you shouldn't have called there, or you should have raised there, or you should have done this, you should have done that. First of all, there's a huge spectrum of things that you can do. Not always absolutes. There are some relative absolute, like common sense type things. And there are ways that you can tell people are not strong poker players by the way they bet, by some of the bets that they make. I mean, some spots that you go, well, I mean, that's just way too polarizing. Um, so now it was interesting that Gia Bellamia did not just re-raise, did not I mean raised all in instead of re-raising, right? So that's just I mean, it wasn't a re-raise. It was just, hey, I'm going all in. So um yeah, okay. So the people who give that kind of advice, yeah, I folded that card guy. Oh, we see that all the time. And I think when I first started playing poker, I used to do that. And then I thought, how dumb that is, right? Like, who gives a shit, really? Like, oh, like a king came on the river and you would have had a trips or something like that, but you folded it pre-flop. I folded 7-4 when there was a straight, right? I mean, there's a a, a, a 3-6-5 on the board. I mean, that kind of stuff. Who gives a shit? Like, honestly, who gives a shit? Um, quite frankly, I mean, people say these things and they're just dumb, but at the same time, I mean, when random shit comes up, people are like, I fold. Could you imagine watching, like, remember they used to have the poker night in America, and you've got all these streams and all that kind of stuff, and the best poker players in the world going, "Oh, I had this. I mean, I folded this pre-flop. It would have been this." Like I think it would drive a lot of people insane, where you wouldn't want to watch it anymore. This guy's calling. What am I? I'm cut off. I do have a decent amount of equity here. That's my board, right? That is definitely my board. He called. You're raising me. Ooh, pally. Let's see. Could be flush draw, could be straight draw, could be top pair. Ace Jack, are you calling me with? It's possible. I'm gonna have to peel again. I just called. So if I called, am I going to get enough fold equity? Let's just jam. Let's just see what happens. What the hell? Now, he might call me with a jack. Might call me with a jack. Just thinking about it. And here's a good play. Who the heck knows, right? Thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. You called. I knew you had a jack. I knew you had a jack. Let's run it twice. Let's run it twice. What the hell? Come on. There you go. Now people don't have. All right. You are awesome. All right. 647. What am I doing in this hand? By the way, yeah. Should I bet with the 10? Probably not. I'm just gonna bet one. All right, man. Okay. Tell them they're awesome because they are, right? Just say thank you. Okay. So that was kind of interesting couple of hands there. I mean, wasn't surprised there was an ace jack and wasn't surprised about the call, really. I mean, I think, yeah, they really had them thinking about it, right? Um, MDR, is that a weed leaf? He's got a nice weed leaf. So cool, cool. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, folded this, folded that. That's kind of funny. How about these guys that it's mostly guys. I mean, you don't see too many women that play poker. They usually I'm relatively polite, and so I haven't seen too many obnoxious girls playing poker, women playing poker. I've seen some that are obnoxiously drunk, but not too many that are both playing poker, right? So anyway, that's just my experience after playing many hours at the poker table. It's almost always guys. Um, but people who berate the dealer. I mean, what the fuck are you giving me that shit for? That hand? What's the dealer? Who dealt? Have you ever played that? Like, that is the pretty much the dumbest thing somebody could say. Who dealt that hand? Who cares? I mean, unless you're cheating, who dealt that hand? Let's go to 20. Yeah, let's go to 20. I'll run it twice. I know you had an ace. You're playing pretty close to the best. Did I know? I didn't really know, but to say you knew, that's annoying, right? People say, I knew you had this. I knew you had that. I knew this. I knew that. Like, no, you didn't. I mean, I mean, there's a good, I mean, you can lean towards knowing what a hand is, but it could be a draw, could be this, could be, I mean, it could be anything. It could be so many different things, right? So, yeah, and people blaming the dealer. Like, are you kidding me? People blaming the dealer for um the way the cards come out. Like, what? Blaming the dealer. Okay. Okay, right? You kind of need to have a little bit of a reality check there. But some people really do just need to project their anger on things. That makes sense. They need to project their anger. So they're just waiting. They've got it all inside their brain. All this stuff, all these little crystals of energy just ready to pop, right? It's like when you burn, you burn pine or you burn poplar. You burn some poplar logs, throw a poplar on the fire. It's got a nice little fire, nice little flame going. And then every once in a while, that heat hits that area and it's oh, pop, and then something will fly through the air, right? That's just like people at the poker table. For whatever reason, I mean, the dealer puts down an ace and it's the dealer's fault. It's like, what? How is that the dealer's fault? And it's like, looking dealer. We want a new dealer. Can we get a new dealer? Like, are you serious? People do that and say that. You check, check, checkity, check, check. Queen nine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bet that. Am I betting big? I'm gonna bet small. Seven. I don't think seven really helps them that much. So we're probably gonna have to. I'm going to have to go 7.5 and then a shove. I don't know. Let's go pot and then a shove. Hmm. Yeah. Yep. 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 Too bad I couldn't stack them. No stackage. I mean, that ace, not likely they're going to have, but they could have an ace nine. They could have had, like, they're calling two. So that's actually a pretty good card for me. But yeah, checking it down, I think was okay. I got two streets that basically pushes with that basically pushes them towards a king. Very unlikely that they have ace queen because they probably would have raised me, but you never know. I'm talking myself out of a bad bet. I mean, literally, maybe I should have bet there. Unlikely to get a call though, right? From a queen, or unless they think I'm just full of it. Yeah. All right. So just always reevaluating your hand, queen high, ace high flush. Reevaluating, right? Kind of going, well, could I take an list line? Could I have done this? What makes more sense? And so on. You gonna raise Val? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to raise you. Gonna have to raise. That hit their range. And I think I have to bluff this. But it's probably going to be, let's see, 25. Let's go three. Yeah, that's a fold. Um, showed me ace 10. So limping with ace 10, huh? That's why we got an unorthodox player. So yeah, I mean the dealer's just trying to get through their shift. They're working away. People act like, I mean, the dealer is their slave or something. Pay some respect to dealers. Literally, pay some respect to people. Come on now. Honestly, they're just trying to get through their shift. Mm, he's playing it pretty straight up. I don't see too many bets here. How did I get a two? I clicked the three button and I go a two. Vlade. Right. Okay. What else do we got here? Um, so yeah, dealers. Oh yeah. The Soul Reader, right? So I had a guy actually. Now I went all in as a bluff. I think he had top pair, ace or something. So it basically his hand was ended up being a blood bluff catcher, right? Um, so yeah, it was all in for, you know, let's just say we were full stack. It was like $1,000, whatever it was, right? And um, he stared at me, stared. I had my sunglasses on. I just was trying to not trying to be still and not say anything, not do anything. I'm just like, okay, well, what would I do if I had the nuts here? I'd probably be pretty confident, but so, just try to be very chill, not move around too much, just be nice and casual, that kind of stuff. He ended up calling me, and it was a great call. I told him it was a great call. What's going on here? I'm getting all these unbelievable hands. Aces twice, kings twice, queens. I should have so much. EBDBD, EBDBza, zabadooba deeba daba deeba daba doo. Let's go 16 for X. Yeah, let's go 16 here. That's a nice big fat raise. This guy, maybe he puts me all in. The London Fisher. What's gonna happen? Tick tock, tickety tock, tickety tock. Well, I only lose to aces. Come on, baby. Queens. How many times you want to run it? You let me know. You let me know. You only just want to run it once? That's it. I don't want to cash out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Okay, there's a quick double up. Was that a double up? Took forever. That wasn't quite a double up. But anyway, all right. So, uh, yeah, the soul readers, right? People think I'm just gonna glean some. I think there are some people that might be able to pick up on that for sure. Um, but no, sometimes it's Hollywooding. Like, and it was an honest because I was sitting beside the guy and we're chatting, we're talking about the Cubs and stuff like that. He's just a really cool guy, so it was really fun to play. But I just remember that one time I got sort of quote unquote soul read, and maybe he did, maybe he, this type of board. Uh, this type of board deserves a small bet. Deserves a small bet with ace queen. I'm pretty high up. I could easily just check ace queen down. So that's a little bit of a frequency bet. Easy to check, check call, check raise. That's kind of a versatile holding. Good chance I'm ahead there, but you never know. You never know, right? So running commentary. Somebody who just runs the commentary of the whole thing is And people who say things like this is kind of funny, but then people are just they get annoying. They get annoying, right? So I sound like a curmudgeon. I'm not. I'm just really chill about this. This is just conversation, entertaining, hopefully conversation. Um, but you want fries with that. Like the cars come down, the turn comes down. You want fries with that. It's kind of funny, right? Yeah. That was a quick bet. I would go all in. That was a quick bet. That was about as quick as you can get. No thought, no nothing. That was a call, pal. That was a call. That was a call. That was a call. No, no, yeah, that was bullshit. That was a Bolsheviker. Let's see, what has he got? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Come on. Come on, Vlade. Today, yeah, today is a good day. Today is a very good day. It's just a good day all around. Every day that you're actually just here, why they call it a present and the gift and all that spiritual stuff. Well, it's just absolutely true. Like, come on now. What else do we got here? Uh, yes, you see some people who are very, very bad at counting. Some people are very good at counting. Like they look over, they count chips, and they're like, "Okay, that looks like it's $763, right?" And it is. Um, sometimes they're off, like by a buck or something like that. Now, what's the difference between 760 and 743? I mean, is it going to affect your decision that much? You say, about 750. It looks like 750, and it's very close. You got an extra dollar to whatever. I mean, but some people get very sticky about that. I want exact. I want exact. Like how many whites, how many singles are there? About 20? Maybe there's 18. Does it really, really, really make a difference? So that's another thing. Uh, what else do we got here? Yeah, compliment, insult. I mean, people get passive aggressive, right? You know, really nice hand when they go, "Oh, nice hand, lucky, good call, but lucky though." Good call, but that was so lucky. Oh my God, great call though, but lucky, right? People who are very sarcastic about this. It's kind of like golf. People's true personality comes out when you play golf. And I used to play golf with someone who cheated, who would kick the ball, kick the ball out of the bush, do all that kind of stuff. And I mean, then, ended up cheating on his wife for 10 years and a lot of cheating, just a lot of cheating going on. So if you cheat at, um, if you find someone out who they intentionally cheated at poker, that tells you everything you need to know about that person most of the time. I mean, that really does. Um, so you just gotta watch. You gotta watch. I mean, if you have an instinct to cheat, just don't do it. Don't do it. Just not worthwhile. It's not worthwhile going through life cheating, really, at anything. Going on, Vlade? There we go. Thank you, Vladi. Oh, Vladi. Oh, Vlada. Vladdy's gonna get one of these right away. Yeah, maybe downgraded, but that's okay. We'll find out. Maybe he's multi-tabling. Maybe he is Einstein, like Einstein's great grandson or something, and be great grandson probably. He'd be great. Um, Einstein was like around 1900, I think he did some of his discoveries. So yeah, let's see here. We've got versus the hijack. Yeah, we're gonna raise this. Gonna raise the Fisher. We're gonna pop the Fisher. Come on, EBT 007. Let's go. EBET 007. Doot 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 doot. Mm. Fisher, do I have to finish? Oh, Fisher. Might have to finish them off. So you can do a delayed C bet there. You don't have to always be just bet. You can just delay. You can do, there's a bunch of things you can do on the flop. Literally, I mean, there's sometimes when you should just, you really should bet, right? Or the vast majority of the time, but and that's where it's like you shouldn't really make a mistake any percentage of the time. Like why would you make a mistake? I mean, if you have aces, are you gonna fold 5% of the time? No, right? Um, yeah, and then you do have people that think they're very skillful, um, but but they just happen to, I mean, luck out on a few hands. So there's that. But again, I mean, whatever. I mean, these are annoyances that people have, right? But at the same time, it just adds to the spice of life. If you look at it and you put everything into proper perspective, I mean, well, we are so fortunate just to be able to even play. Now, I have to hop on a plane to play live poker. Um, go to Arizona, uh, visit mom, obviously in Mesa, and then stay there for a couple weeks and play some live poker. I mean, fortunate circumstance just to be able to do that. I'm pretty sure am I folding on a raise here? What have we got here? Yeah, better than you. That's the cutoff raise. King 10, I think I'm just rebopping. I'm going to rebop. Ooh, wait a second. He called. So 25? Yeah, I'm gonna just rebop. What the hell? Rebop. Vlad, what are you doing, pal? What are you doing? Oh, got them both. Got them both. All right. Rebop, rebop, a wee bop. I bop, you bop, but they bop. See, he was set mining, likely. He had fours or something, or fives or sixes or whatever. Just like, yeah, I'll call with that. I'll call with that. And then after I rebop, we with a hand that had some playability, but was kind of vulnerable. So definitely a raise. Uh, yeah. People who throw chips around, Like, yeah, I've seen some Hollywooding where people actually throw chips around. And when I say throw chips around, I mean like just the whole thing in the middle, thinking they're like Phil Lock back in the old days. 10, 5, 6. I'm gonna check that. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I need an 8. Let's just take this. Let's just take this. Okay, so you didn't bet. So I probably have a queen there. Yeah, I need to good chance that they just checking down like a 5 or a 6 or a 10 or something like that. Probably not a 10. But I'm not going to just take that down to showdown. I mean, the queen is such a good card for me for my range there that you just got sometimes you got to use the power of possession, right? Power of possession. I'm not going to check that down and then lose to a 5, a pair of fives. Like you just can't do that. That was kind of a must bet. A must. It wasn't a bluff anyways. Not the best against two players. Not the best. This will be a give up, even though can only lose to a. So this will be a check call. Uh, Jack nine. Would they check down an ace? I lose to an eight. I lose to a 10. Mm, mm, no. I'll fold. I'll fold. That might have been pretty tight fold, but I mean, they're playing pretty close to the best. So, hmm, I want to talk myself out of that. 8, 9, 10. Eh, okay. Okay. Rest of betting. I could probably bet on the river, right? Mm, what's he gonna call me with? Let's see. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna call me. He might call me. Might call me with 10. Is that hand deserving of that, or maybe just a block bet? B33 block bet. Okay, so hmm, this would be a call or raise. I think this would be a good raise candidate. See what happens. I mean, we got small, so there's 2, 4, 6. Let's go 8. Let's go 8. Ah, yeah, good race candidate. Very good, very good. He took off like. Um, what else do we got here? So I've done this on online poker before because sometimes I mean, I'm either thinking of something else or I'm looking at it. I'm going, okay, I'm fumbling with the keyboard, fumbling with this, fumbling with that. And I'm sure it's happened to everyone. So probably not just me, but it could be a senior moment. Um, yeah, I'm not a senior yet, but um, Trying to raise, okay, how much should I raise? Let's raise this. Let's get it up to 20. Let's get up to 25, whatever it is. Let's go. And I'm creeping up 22, 23, 24. I'm almost at 25. I could type in the 25, but I just decide to go with the wheel. And I time out. And like I have aces. That kind of stuff. That's happened a couple times. So, I mean, probably happened to everyone. Maybe some people it never happens to. Whatever. Whatever. What do we got here? 53. All right. So, anyways, anybody who's been tuning in, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, Really, the purpose of this channel is just to play some poker, talk a little poker, um, little other stuff, some life stuff that guys go through, stuff that people go through, funny situations, all that kind of stuff, right? That's really what it's all about. Um, So you're not going to see the best plays being made. Um, you're going to see, you're probably going to see some rhyme and reason to the plays, and I'm just trying to get better as well. I do okay sometimes, but you know, I'm not the type of guy, type of poker player that is so good that when I sit down, I know I'm the best player at the table. I mean, that's just not me. I already know that. And I think knowing where your place is in, the hierarchy of any table that you either sit down to or sit down virtually to in an online game, is key as well. Not thinking that you're better than you are. Um, Anyone who thinks that they're better than they are, whether it be at poker or anything, is in for trouble. Really in for trouble. That's when you get into the gambling mentality, you get into all that kind of stuff, and as soon as you go down that gambling rabbit hole and you can't correct yourself, I mean that is the recipe for disaster. So again, you start just identifying people's tendencies, the way they bet, type of boards they bet on, type of boards they always bet on, that kind of stuff, the situations, and then, obviously you're going to have to take it down to the river. But then you start picking up as well the things that people do that are obvious mistakes, and then you kind of downgrade them. And I mean, eventually you start getting player profiles as well, right? Sometimes you could just pick up immediately what somebody's doing. Immediately, you go, okay, well, they're a weaker player. Now, sometimes people pretend to be weaker players. I've seen that as well. It's kind of sneaky, but they'll come in with like a stack of like 40 or 60. Oh, the short stackers. The short stackers. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yes, short stackers. People who what's this one here? Mm, he called me. Could raise. Yeah, I'm not gonna bet there. Do I fold ace queen just yet? Yeah, man. I don't want to fold this hand, but yo, 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 yo. What does that say? Alexa Gray? Hydrated, my friend. Drink some water. Cat, cat, cat. Yeah, if this is not a bot, it's a real person, then yeah, I agree. But then again, a lot of bots out there, a lot of bots, a lot of people who are. So I'll tell you what, if you're human, do something human-like. I mean, this is easily, yeah, hydrated, my friend. Could be one, could be the other. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, if you're a real person, hey, how you doing? If you're not, if you're a bot, hey, how you doing? All right. So what was I talking about? Uh, yeah, I was talking about, oh yeah, the short stackers, people that go in for even live poker, they come in for, they buy in for like $100 in a, I mean, $1,000 mat. Um, is there even a thumbs up emoji? Okay. All right. So, I mean, I'm just going to announce it right here. All of these right here are good chance that it's a bot, that I'm talking to a bot. But, I mean, might have to block, but we just want to give somebody the opportunity to show themselves as a human being, and they haven't done so far. We got, could be bot language, yo yo, hydrated, yo yo, ba 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 ba, easily, easily. Um, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, hey, if you're a real person, if you are a real person, then say something real person like. How about that? Something kind of unique that only a person would actually say and not a bot. Anyway, this is like that what was that movie called? Her. I think I watched the whole thing. I might have only watched half of it, but we're the guys. Okay, okay. That wasn't really person like. Did you call? My goodness, what was that? That was against the hijack. I'm just gonna call. I'm just gonna call. This is actually a really decent flop for me to raise or just smooth call, but I am going to check this and then I might have to raise. All right. Let's see here. I need to bet this, but how much should I bet? Let me just bet that. What do you got? All right. So you called with ace jack. Snap called. Snap called with ace jack. Okay. All right. That was a snapperino. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Would definitely be a, yeah, that's a bet. Do you have a queen? Jack 10. I'm gonna fold. I'm getting a lot of interesting situation scenarios here. Am I going to raise this person? Yeah, let's just call. Let's call this time. Hmm, that's an interesting hand. That's the only thing I can do really is call here. I got a one-liner to a five. Do I bet here? No, I'm just gonna check this down. You're betting 10? You're betting 10? 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I blocked the 7. Yeah, I'm gonna raise. Do they have the nuts? Okay. Maybe an 8. But they kept checking down an 8, so they don't have an 8. There must have been a draw there or something like that. 90-second delay. Yes, Alexa Gray. 90-second delay. Maybe you're just from another part of the world. That is quite possible. Kind of sounding a little more human, but AI nowadays. I might be talking to her, but who knows? That's okay. Anyways, if you're a person, thank you for tuning in. You're wonderful. Um, and if there's any questions, any comments about my silly bantering, then happy to happy to chat, happy to address it, happy to just happy. Happy, 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 joy, joy. What was that show from? Happy, joy, joy. Um, happy, happy, joy, joy. Ren and Stimpy, right? And if you are a real person, don't get offended. Because there's just a lot of bots out there. I'm sure you know. And if you're a bot, then great conversation. Great talking to you. Win-win either way. So maybe pair of like nines or something, nines plus. So I'm calling, check and check, check, and there's a call. Well, or did I call twice? Check the call, called the turn definitely. Um, and then it's three people. So and then the river bet. Yeah, I could easily ace eight, two pair. less likely. Two pair, but possibility. Overpair, Jack 8 or something like that. Um, there's a lot of hands there, right? That was hijack. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. You're going with four? Are you seriously going with four? Well, let's go. 16. Yeah, let's go 16. Just a squeeze. It's just a squeeze. You called me? Wow. This guy raises me. Oh my goodness, that's a pretty good one. So that kind of smacks their range. If I'm going to bet with aces, I'm going to bet nine. Just a small little. No, I'm going to bet four. Shit, might as well just go all in. I mean, you only got 16 left. What do you got? Yeah, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I'll run it twice. I will run it twice. Of course, I'm going to run it twice. Such a nice person. Nice Mr. D, MDR. Mr. D. Call him Mr. D. Mr. D. Anybody in Ontario who knows who Mr. D is? So, yeah, living an okay day. Today, we strained for a little over an hour. Be nice if I could just make $220. Shouldn't say that. My real job, I make like $500 an hour. So, okay. Bet in poker, $220 an hour. Poker's fun. My job's fun too. Hmm. Okay. Well, whatever. Um, yeah. Get up there. I could be a better poker player. Then I could make that much. And then I can. See, I'm getting all delusional now. So, anyway, I'm going to close the table. Been here for an hour. Thank you, everyone, for the conversation, the wonderful non bot conversation. Yeah, hey, there's my highest total so far. So, started at 550 2.5 weeks ago. We're up to 1253. Let me just show that here. I will show that on the stream. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. See, top right hand corner, 1253. Um, it was fun. Like I said, not quit my day job anytime soon, but might have some decent content on here. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed the whole process. So have a good one. Might be on here in a little bit.